back with another banger. Now that the NBA season has concluded, I ain't gonna lie, I want to speak on this for a second, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did not care for the NBA Finals this year, bro. I did not care, bro. Like I didn't give not one fuck because my team got eliminated in 7 games, bro. Am I mad? Pissed. Is it okay? Not even close. But it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? SGA and the Thunder, they deserved it, bro. I give it to them, you know what I'm saying? Young Thunder team. I was kind of sort of a Thunders fan back in like 2014, 2013 when they had James Harden, bro. That was the last time I was a Thunders fan, bro. No bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. If you know me, bro, James Harden, one of my favorite players, bro. That nigga be tweaking lately, but you know what I'm saying? I got real love and hate for that man, bro. He needs to start partying with Lil Baby all the time, bro. That's his only problem. Now, SGA won MVP. That's cool with me, you know what I'm saying? That's okay, you know what I'm saying? Jokic will win it next year. I ain't mad at it, bro. Let the young buck shine. Ain't nothing wrong with letting the young buck shine, but we didn't come for all that other stuff. I'm trying to see why we just witnessed one of the greatest NBA seasons of all time, bro. Because it can't be due to ratings. Ratings is ass. Don't nobody watch. Don't nobody got cable no more. Don't nobody watch NBA games, bro. Everybody watch the highlights, bro. Like, come on, bro. We catch the highlights on TikTok. Let's be for real. Don't nobody watch that shit no more. And then on top of that, bro, they took away ESPN on TNT. Oh my god, bro. Like, that's the main reason people was watching the game, bro. For Shaq, Kenny, Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, and then what's the other guy, bro? I can't think of bro name. The white guy, I can't think his name. That's slightly disrespectful. He a legend somehow, some way, but I really don't know his name. But y'all didn't come to hit me yet, man. We on the way to 2K subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video, man. Let's get straight into it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get into it.
I'd be lying if I said we didn't see this coming.
Sponsor video, throwbacks, you know what I'm saying? French vanilla. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, they fucked me up. I went to smoke shop today. I got some hot sauce cheese. And I saw them, I'm like, shit. They packed, look at these. I'm sponsor the video, you know what I'm saying? Throwbacks, y'all need to sponsor me, man. Don't nobody smoke throwbacks more than me, bro. It's facts. Loose Leafs too, bro. Y'all need to sponsor me, man.
A 68-win record-setting team who's been the overwhelming favorite to win the title this season for practically the entire season, winning the title. This is not an underdog story, or one riddled with ups and downs capped off with an improbable rise to glory. But it should have been one of the youngest teams in the league with relatively little experience.
Bro, that's the crazy, bro. They was the youngest team in the league, bro, with no experience, bro. They have not one veteran on their team, bro. Not one, bro. That shit is crazy. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought the Timberwolves was gonna dog walk these niggas. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, and that's why I feel like the NBA is slick rigged, bro, because ain't no way, bro, they was supposed to make it this far, bro. No, bro, no. Them getting number 1 seed, okay. Them blowing out Memphis, cool. Them playing, who did they play? I think they played the Warriors next, bro. They played the Warriors. They played, yes, but they played, no, they didn't play Warriors next. They played Denver next, bro. They was not supposed to be Denver game. I'm sorry, they was not supposed to beat them game. No, but they got hurt. That's the only reason they won.
Aiming for a prize their franchise has only come within reaching distance of once before.
And I ain't even just being a dick rider, bro, but no, hell no, bro. I blame Michael Porter Jr., and I will forever blame him, bro. They need to trade that nigga, bro. I'm sick of him, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm sick of that nigga. I've been sick of that nigga for the last 2 years, bro. Like, that nigga make me to the point I want to break my TV watching that nigga, bro.
This was a 100-game slaughter, a season of blowouts, absurd margins, awards, and shattered records. A season so dominant that skepticism turned into optimism, which quickly became expectation. And yet the 2025 OKC Thunder didn't just meet those expectations, they obliterated all of them. Because the Thunder aren't just champions, they have now completed one of the greatest seasons of all time.
But it's like, bro, to which his own, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They did win damn near 70 games. I ain't gonna lie. That's an accomplishment as its own, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Winning 70 games in the NBA is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Winning 50 is normal. Bro, I remember back in the day when winning 50 games was normal, bro. Like, this shit is, bro. Winning 50 games, bro, that was extraordinary, bro. Like, when LeBron was on the Heat and shit like that, bro. Or when LeBron went back to the Cavs, bro. Winning 50 games, bro, that was amazing, bro. Like, winning damn near 70, bro, the Warriors changed that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Once the Warriors did that, bro, and that's fact, bro. The Warriors changed the course of basketball forever, bro. Like, that's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, Curry. And I used to hate that nigga Curry, bro, but I respect him now. Sometimes you gotta get older. The only reason I didn't like him because he kept knocking James Harden out the playoffs. That's the only reason I didn't like him. Literally, he kept knocking LeBron and Curry out, and James Harden out the playoffs. Bro, I was the biggest Curry hater. I did not like that nigga, bro. I used to know all the Steph Curry diss track. I used to watch, man, look, I used to hate that nigga, bro. But I respect him though. I fuck with Curry. I fuck with Curry along with that.
Today's video is sponsored by
Skip all that shit.
79
I don't know, my bad.
different teams have been crowned champions. 79 teams that beat the odds and achieved basketball immortality. But even among champions, there's an even more exclusive club. Teams that didn't just win a title, but set entirely new standards on what is achievable in a single season.
Bro, the fact that the Cavs beat them niggas in 7 when came back 3-1, bro, that's just solidified it, bro. I'm not even
9 title-winning teams, only 8 of them achieved these 3 key metrics. A net rating of at least 10, an average margin of victory of at least 10, and at least 65 wins throughout the regular season. Those teams are the 71 Bucks, the 72 Lakers, the 92, 96, and 97 Bulls, the 08 Celtics, the 2015 Warriors, and the 2017 Warriors. These 8 teams are basketball royalty. So dominant that winning a championship was more of a victory lap than it was a testament to just how great they were. And without exception, all of these teams are regarded as the greatest teams for single seasons in NBA history. And now, a 9th team has been added to this exclusive club. The 2025 OKC Thunder. But to say they have simply entered this club would actually be an understatement. Because throughout the 2025 season, the Thunder finished with the 6th best record of all time, the 2nd highest net rating of all time, and the largest margin of...
Hold on, that just fucked my head up. I didn't even know that. Hold on. I see Kobe on there. That's all that mattered to me, bro. Kobe on there, what? He once? How many times Kobe on here, bro? Kobe my favorite player, bro. Y'all can never tell me shit about Kobe, bro. Kobe is better than MJ. I don't never care. We gonna argue about it. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll give you 100 reasons why. Damn, I only see. Oh, no, that's not him. He only done that once. I don't get no fuck.
In the history of the league, by all measurable accounts, the 2025 Thunder have asserted themselves among some of the greatest seasons in the history of the
league. I read this completely wrong. Hold on, I read this so wrong. My dumb ass. Bro, reading is fundamental, bro. Like, dead ass. All right, this is a record. Okay. Yeah, rating. Damn. Kobe not on this motherfucker at all. Hold on. I said that too fast. Damn. He on this list though. 12 with the 12 best record. I'll take it. Shit, fuck it. I'll take it.
In fact, they weren't just beating everyone. The Thunder spent the last 9 months completely eviscerating teams. In the NBA, a 20...
You know what else ruined the NBA, bro? Parlays, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Parlays ruined the NBA. I'm not even gonna lie. And they gonna ruin football. And I hate to say that, bro. Like, bro, don't nobody give a fuck about these players, bro. If y'all... Bro, like, if we had parlays back when I was in middle school and high school, bro, oh, God, I'd be rich. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to bullshit, bro. Do you know how easy that shit would have been, bro? It was easy, bro. Money line, Warriors, every game. It's the Warriors money line, bro. You would have had James Harden triple-double, Westbrook triple-double, LeBron 25, 5, and 5 every game. No, damn it, 25, 8, and 8 every game, bro. I'm telling you, bro. What else? KD 30. Curry 5 or 6 threes a game, bro. Even though that's still the same, bro. Klay Thompson 25, 20 points a game. Easy, bro. He could have dropped easy. Bro, that nigga was dropping 60 with his eyes closed back then, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. If we had parlays back in, not only for that, bro, we had parlays for football back in the day. Oh, bro, man, look, we'd be having a whole different conversation right now, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, this betting shit rigged, bro. I hate betting now. I ain't gonna lie, bet, bro, that shit. I lose $5 and I quit for a month. I'm not even.
Victory is cited as a blowout. On 29 different occasions, nearly a third of all of their games this season, the Thunder were up on their opponents by 20 points or more by the end of the third quarter, which means 1 in every 3 games was already deemed a blowout before the fourth quarter even started. As the season progressed, the rapidly approaching realization that this team may just be having one of the greatest seasons of all time became clearer with each monumental beatdown. The MVP and scoring champion, a 23-year-old All-NBA guard by his side. Not one, but 2 all-defensive juggernauts. A rotation so deep, you'd swear they just subbed in another starting unit. It didn't take an analyst.
Why can't he go into the Rockets? Well, that just fucked my head up too. I just forgot about that, bro. I been meaning to talk to y'all about that too, bro. Why? What the like, Katie? Hang it up, bro. Just retire at this point, cause what, like, my nigga, you gotta hang it up, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
We were watching something special. In fact, by the time the playoffs
rolled, all the Rockets fans on the road, I understand y'all pain, bro. But no, I ain't gonna lie. That shit bogus. They bogus for trading. They bogus for trading Jalen Green. I'm not even gonna lie. They bogus as hell for that. Bro, this is first time in a playoffs game. You can't do that to a nigga first time in the playoffs, bro. I understand he struggled and he struggled bad, bro. But like, bro, how many greats was there out there that struggled in the playoffs, bro? Their first couple seasons, bro. That shit not fair, bro. I feel bad because niggas be dick riding. Niggas is dick ride. That's all they be, bro. And niggas don't think to themselves, bro. That shit irritating. I ain't gonna lie.
A very uncomfortable conversation.
I promise you, any random nigga couldn't even go out there and score 9 points. I understand you're supposed to be a superstar, but I ain't gonna lie. 9 points is crazy. You was down there out there doing cardio. I would have scored at least 10, 15. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm washed. I'm not even what I used to be, nigga. You can ask about me. I used to be cold as fuck. When they come to this hooping shit, I used to be cold as fuck. But that's neither here or there, bro.
They are 4
I just
wins
had
away,
bad
Devontae,
knees, bro. That's why I couldn't hoop no more, bro.
from
My knees was horrible.
One of
My
the
knees are
single
still
greatest
bad, bro.
seasons in NBA
And
history.
I'm not even trying to just make shit
Like
up.
they've won 79 games between the regular season and the playoffs. They could be as extravagant and arrogant as they wish. They just aren't.
Are we seeing the potential of an all-time great team
Y'all
here?
dick riding.
The NBA should be worried.
Is this team truly
Y'all
one of the
dick riding.
greatest teams
And I
ever?
promise you, these niggas are watch these niggas be like the 5th seed next season, bro. I'm tired of this is a one-hit wonder ass team, bro. They finna enjoy this moment. They won't even they gonna be like the 5th seed next year, bro. I'm telling you. And especially if as the Denver Nuggets fan, if we get a motherfucker to trade for Michael Porter Jr., a decent person, bro, we the 2nd seed, bro.
Or at the very least, are they having one of the greatest seasons ever? A dialogue that was routinely and justifiably shot down every time it came up. To even enter that discussion, they first had to win a championship. Something
No,
that
first
we've
of all, nah, yeah, that's true. I ain't gonna lie. That's facts. That's true. I'm not even gonna lie. That's true as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie.
countless good teams fall short of. But not this one. Checking the final box.
You gotta
of a season
remember,
that
they
is
was
now
blowing
certainly
niggas out
in
left
that
and
ring.
right. That's why I get them niggas a pass. I ain't gonna lie, blowing people out on a consistent basis is hard as fuck. Especially in the NBA, bro. Like, bro, that's hard, bro. These niggas was blowing people out constantly. I get that to them, bro. That's
An exceptional
That's
group.
hard, bro.
But of all the things this Thunder team has in common with the greats that came before it, how they managed to pull it off is what sets them apart. Among the requirements of nearly every championship team are talent, depth, defense, execution, and experience. After all, the one glaring hole in OKC's armor going into the playoffs was their lack of it. The regular season and the postseason have become so disconnected in recent years that winning 68 games in historic fashion isn't nearly convincing enough if you haven't proven yourself in the playoffs.
like you
And
could,
as we
bro.
all know,
Like,
the
we
road
got-
to a
everybody
championship
knows-
usually takes
Okay, y'all.
years. With
And everybody knows, bro, you could literally be cold in a regular season, but when it comes to that playoff time, you gotta be a whole different nigga, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. You gotta turn up on their ass a little bit more.
Didn't just win it all. They won it way faster than they should have. Over the last 30 seasons, the average age across the NBA is about 26.8 years old. Throughout that same time span, the average age of championship-winning rosters is about 2 years older, at 28.8 years old. Championship rosters are usually comprised of players with more experience, they're more battle-tested, and in many cases have spent years falling short of a championship before they finally achieve their ultimate goal. The 2025 Thunder being the exception, with an average roster age of just 24.8 years old.
Bro,
By far, the
I ain't
youngest
gonna
team to win a title in nearly 50 years. In fact, most championship teams don't even have a single player, let alone an entire roster, this young getting minutes in the playoffs. So not only have the Thunder just put together one of the most complete and dominant seasons the league has ever seen, they did it about 4 years ahead of schedule. So what is next for a team that essentially
They
checked
not
off
doing this shit
every
next
single
year, bro.
box in a season?
I ain't even trying to be no hating ass nigga, but they not doing this shit next year, bro. I'm telling you.
proving
I hope
they
they
can
do
do
this
it
shit. They're
again.
not doing this shit next
Over
year.
the last few days, the word dynasty has been thrown around. What it means to be a dynasty and what it takes to build one. But if the current era of the NBA has taught us anything, it's that dynasties might just be a thing of the past. Every generation has seen at least one of these teams, whether it was the Celtics and the Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls of the 90s, the Lakers and Spurs in the 2000s, and the Warriors in the 2010s. And they have played a pivotal role throughout NBA history. At least they did, up until recently. Since 2019, the NBA has seen a different champion every year. 7 different teams across 7 seasons. The longest span of unique title winners in NBA history. As if winning a championship wasn't
And
different.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with that with the NBA, bro. And I hope they not rigging this shit on purpose, bro. Because I'm tired of seeing the same people every fucking year, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. For the longest, I thought it was gonna be the Warriors and the Cavs for like the next 30 years. Like, no bullshit, bro. I really thought the Cavs and the Warriors was gonna play forever, bro. And I was down for it. The only reason I was down for it because it was LeBron. Like, no dick riding shit. But I'm still glad they cut that shit out, though.
It's enough. Winning another one is magnitudes more difficult. And in recent times, it has become nearly impossible. With every team that shows signs of building something that will truly last, comes the stark reminder that it probably won't. Players seeking greener pastures, a championship run often bringing out the egos in everyone involved. They lose sight of the team. Sometimes it can simply be a logistical nightmare to keep a winning team together. Injuries can throw off timelines, young players get too expensive, old players get even older, the mileage adds up, and the window closes a whole lot faster than you would ever expect. Which means one of two things is true. Either we are truly in the era of parity and analytics, the speed of information, modern day roster constructions, and the depth of talent has made it virtually impossible to build a lead on the competition, or there will be a dynasty of the 20s. We just haven't seen it yet. But we may be looking at one in the making. In a league where talent is a rotating door and assets are thrown around like cheap commodities, the Thunder have taken an unconventional route to a title, actually developing players and building from within. Roster continuity is an ever-increasing point of emphasis in the NBA today. Recent history has shown that the once viable method of building top-heavy super teams centered around a couple of superstar talents with little to
Bro, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nowadays, bro, even if you build a super team, it's no guarantee that you're gonna win, bro. Like, no bullshit. Like, bro, think about it, bro. The Clippers is technically a super team, bro. You got James Harden, you got Kawhi Leonard. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit, but them niggas washed, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Them niggas is washed. Them niggas not what they used to be, bro. Like, a lot of niggas is washed now, bro. Like, it don't even, like, that's the thing, bro. Niggas is washed.
supporting cast was a failing model. The smartest organizations around the league shifted their focus away from acquiring top-end talent at any cost to the more traditional and sustainable model of developing players from within and acquiring pieces based on fit rather than sheer talent. And no team has mastered the art of drafting, developing, and fit better than the Thunder have. Since 2019, the average roster continuity among championship teams, essentially how much a team stayed the same from one season to the next, was about 61%. That means, on average, 61% of these championship teams' minutes were filled by players from the previous season's roster. The 2025 Thunder had a roster continuity of 79%, meaning the vast majority of their minutes were played by guys who they purposefully built around rather than outsourcing. In this new era of deep, consistent rosters where chemistry and fit matter just as much as talent, the OKC Thunder have built the youngest, most continuous roster in the entire league, while being the best team in the league. But the anomalous nature of this team doesn't end there, because the Thunder's front office has built this team for the future. I think they would be the first to admit that this immense success, although part of the plan, was not expected to come this early. And evidence of this can be found here. Among the championship teams in this era of parity, the 2020 Lakers have had the lowest payroll, winning a title with just the 11th most expensive team in the league. These other rosters sitting well amongst the most expensive teams in the NBA at the time. This year's Thunder roster had the 25th highest payroll in the NBA. This team has their future growth already baked into the numbers. Where many teams of the past had to break up their core or watch key players walk away due to money, the Thunder are one of the cheapest rosters in the league, giving themselves room to offer the highest bid to anyone who may want to leave or inevitably be up for an extension. They say money can't buy championships,
Yes, it
but
can.
it sure does help. Fortunately, the Thunder just won one of the cheapest rings in NBA history. but possibly the largest.
I'm not even gonna lie, that's a really crazy ass stat, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That's why I fuck with folks' videos. It's like, well, what I didn't think it. I wasn't even thinking of shit like that.
Indicator for the future of this team and a reflection of just how abnormal their accomplishments are is the fact that they are the sole owner of the largest draft stockpile in the entire league, with 24 picks over the next 5 seasons. Now, this has been a big development over the last couple of seasons, just how good the Thunder are while sitting on 1 million picks. But the Thunder actually winning a championship changes everything and makes these assets look even more unbelievable. You want to see the cost of trying to win now? The teams that are highlighted represent the 8 teams that made it past the first round of the playoffs this season. Nearly all of them near the bottom of the league in terms of draft capital. Even more shocking, when we highlight the last 5 championship teams, they are the bottom 5 in the league in terms of future draft picks. Winning comes at a hefty price, a price that the Thunder managed to completely evade. Outside of OKC, the only team that made it out of the first round while maintaining more than their fair share of draft picks were the Pacers. Every other team that is within vicinity of OKC is nowhere near even competing for a championship right now. In fact, the only reason why a team should even have as much draft capital as the Thunder do is if they have essentially forfeited the next season or two in an attempt to rebuild. Meanwhile, the Thunder just completed one of the best seasons of all time while simultaneously building a gluttony of assets for the future. This is unheard of. Usually, in fact, almost always, you do not get to be...
Nah, I'm not even gonna bullshit, no. And this is gonna be a crazy ass take. It's gonna be a crazy ass take. You know who I feel like who had the best season of all time, bro? This is a crazy ass take. Just think about it. The 2018 Cavs, bro. Let me cook. Let me just cook for a second, bro. If you was to think of who was on that roster, a bunch of nobodies, bro. A bunch of random ass niggas you would pick up at the local YMCA. A bunch of random ass niggas, bro. This nigga LeBron, even though they got swept, even though it was bad, they lost bad. I say it was a great season because them niggas made it to the finals game. They was giving the East belt, like, bro. They wasn't even just giving the East the belt. They was giving everybody the belt but the Warriors, bro. First of all, off the rip, everybody knew when KD got to the Warriors, everybody knew what was gonna happen. Everybody knew what was gonna happen. It was no competition. There was no question, no nothing, bro. When the Cavs made it to the finals, bro, I promise you, bro, that's a W on its own, bro. They had J.R. Smith. I think they still... No, Amon Sharp wasn't on the team, bro. They had Matthew Dellavedova, bum ass. A bunch of random... Bro, hold on. I gotta look this shit up, because it was insane. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on. Bro, it was a bunch of bum ass niggas. Bum ass niggas, bro. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, was LeBron on the... I said LeBron on the team. Hold on, bro. They tweaking. Oh, they ass tweaking. Oh, bro, yeah. Okay, here we go. They ass is tweaking, bro. Niggas had Donovan Mitchell up there. Nigga wasn't on the team yet. Bro, listen to the niggas who had on their team, gang. Who is this? Jose Calderon? Bro, they had Jose Calderon. I don't even know where that nigga is now. They had Jordan Clarkson. I don't even know where that nigga is now. Jay Crowder. I don't know where he's now. Chan Fry retired. Jeff Green. I think that nigga retired. George Hill. I think that nigga retired. Jay Holland. Have no idea. Rodney Hood. Who the fuck is that? Like, bro, random ass niggas, bro. LeBron, Cal Korver. Not no random. I fucks with Cal Korver. Kevin Love. Larry Nance Jr. Kendrick fucking Perkins, bro. Bro, and that, bro, bum ass niggas, bro. Like a bunch of random ass niggas, bro. Derrick Rose, not no bum ass nigga. I had Isaiah Thomas, Tristan Thompson, and Dwayne Wade, bro. And they made it to the finals that year, gang. If you really sat there and thought about this shit, bro, if LeBron would have finished, D Rose would have hit a ring. Crazy to think about, right? D Rose would have hit a ring. D Wade would have been here number 4, number 5. One of them, bro. Come on, gang. Y'all gotta stop tweaking, bro.
Now,
I feel like that was one of the
later.
man.
You have
That
to
was one
go
of the
all
worst
in on
teams.
one
One
or
had
the
the
other.
greatest season.
Except,
bro.
of course, if you're Sam Presti and the Thunder, and you
I
are
just feel like,
attempting
bro,
to do
you
what
gotta-
no
you
team
gotta-
can seem to
you
pull
gotta cook with
be
me,
the
bro.
next great NBA dynasty. But as it stands, the 2025 Thunder have already defied the odds. A young, small
It's funny,
market team
man.
that was built from homegrown talent, not only stamping their
I
name
don't think
in
nobody
every
watches
record
this for real.
book, but cementing their legacy as NBA champions and doing it smarter, faster, and about as unlikely as any team ever has.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm done being a hater, bro. But I ain't gonna lie. I give them their credit, bro. I give the Thunder their credit. You know what I'm saying? I give them their flowers. It's cool and all, but I ain't gonna lie. Tell me how y'all feel about the video, man. Drop it down in the comments, man.